Welcome, everyone. This is a meeting with the Board of Selectmen. Today is March 12th, 2024. It is 4:15 p.m. Is there a motion to call the meeting to order?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Hinckley is due out to an illness. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first order of business that we have on the agenda is the Old Colony Boys Basketball Team citations. We have the athletic director and head coach, Matt Trahan, to present at the podium. Welcome, Mr. Trahan.
Thank you very much. Just like to take this opportunity to thank the town of Acushnet and the elected officials for having us here today. We greatly appreciate all the effort that you've gone through for our young men here. Just to kind of give you a quick recap of what they did this year. Not only did they go 22-3, but they captured an undefeated league championship and moved on through the state tournament, but ultimately they were state vocational champions. They take the top 4 teams. We were seeded 3, and we ended up champs in front of a packed house against Upper Cape Tech. They did a tremendous job. I can't tell you enough about what they did day in and day out, practicing 6 days a week. This is a very close group of young men that work extremely hard, and I can't thank them enough for the amount of time, effort, and determination that they put in.
Great.
So what?
I'm sorry, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
I happened to be there on the night you guys clinched, and it was like I was watching Hoosiers. The place was packed, and it was an awesome experience. It was great to see you guys celebrate and the hard work. I know a lot of your players are multi-sport athletes, so to go from the football field and all of a sudden to basketball is, it's a big transition, and so congratulations for you guys. I know you really, really work hard. I think that's sort of what Old Colony is all about, is just hard work and grit and grind. And I know Mr. Gasper is a graduate, his son played there. I know, Kevin, you're really proud of your alma mater.
Yep, absolutely.
So
I've known Mr. Trahan for quite some years. Actually, it was my son's basketball coach as well. So,
Yep.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
On that big win.
It's awesome. It's awesome. The school's very, very proud of each and every one of them, and this is such an honor. We really appreciate
happy
you.
to be here. So we do have some citations, and I'll just read one of them so you know what it says, and then Coach will call your names. We'll come up individually, shake hands, and then we'll take a group photo afterwards. So the Town of Acushnet and the Board of Selectmen official citation, be it known that the Acushnet Board of Selectmen hereby extends its congratulations to the Old Colony Regional Vocational Technical High School boys basketball team in recognition of exceptional athletic excellence for winning the Mayflower Athletic Conference Championship and Massachusetts Vocational Basketball State Championship, awarded this day, March 12th, 2024, signed Mr. Gasper, myself, David Wonar, and Robert Hinckley. So with that, thank you, gentlemen.
First up for us, Luke Melia.
All right. Congratulations, Luke. Well done.
Congratulations, Luke. Good job.
Aiden DeRee.
Congrats. Good job.
Congratulations, my friend.
Chase LaFountain.
Congrats. Great job, bud.
Congratulations, Jason.
David Boishman.
Congrats. Great job.
Thank you, friend.
Landon Hunter.
Congrats. Great job.
Congratulations, my friend.
Max Smiley.
Congratulations. Thank you. Great job.
Congratulations, my friend.
Wyatt Smiley.
Congratulations.
Your brothers, huh?
Mr. Big Shot.
All right.
Chris Darcy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, my friend. Good job.
Mason Belanger.
Congrats.
There we go. This is the height of the team right there.
That's the wall head coming for you.
I can see you.
Nick Fringuelli.
All right.
Congrats. Great job.
Congratulations, my friend. Good job.
Max Finney.
Great job. Congrats.
Congratulations, my friend.
James Simos.
Great job. Congratulations.
No goes.
Attaboy. Good job.
Congratulations.
The Special Assistant Trent Nunes.
Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, my friend.
And also Special Assistant Hudson Trahan.
Attaboy. Congratulations. Great job.
We'll give Dad a hot
You
time.
guys want to come up and we can take a photo?
Let's take a photo. Let's run up for the photo. Awesome.
I think they're taller than us.
You guys, maybe you go on the side or?
We can,
All the tall guys go in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
the tall guy's in the back. Can we get it?
So guys, you can go down, go down on Winnie or something. Yeah. Especially this guy. I'm the short guy.
Here we go.
There we go.
There you go, there you
Full
go.
house today.
Can you get us?
Give me a second, I have to stand up.
There we go.
Oh my god, I have to do this. I'm gonna zoom out. There we go. Say cheese. Smiley boys, you better smile. All right. Great. Do you want to take another one outside?
You know what, Cindy, this is good. It's
This
kind of
is
good
good?
stuff.
Okay.
We're good. All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. Good luck, all right?
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Were you smiling, Maya?
I think Sydney has a few others.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
You have my email as well, right?
Yes, I'll send that to you.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt,
Yes.
maybe I'll stop by for a practice with you guys.
Come on down. I love it. Thank you.
Take care, my friend.
Thank you so much, it was great.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course. Thank you for coming.
We're not going in at all? Nope, we have to wait one more day.
Good, boss. All right. Next, we had on the agenda for executive session, I am gonna pass over it. DPW, don't have Dan here yet. I did tell him it would probably be around 4:45 because I thought we would have executive session. So what we'll do is we'll just skip through DPW for now. We'll jump down to the appointments for interim town accountant. We have a resume, Mr. Wona. I've looked over the resume, spoken to a few individuals, doing a little bit of background work. She comes, Miss Judith Mooney comes highly recommended by many individuals to act as a interim town accountant for the town of Acushnet. I'd make a motion to appoint Judith Mooney to the position of interim town accountant, subject to final negotiations within the negotiated salary range.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Appointment of the planning board senior clerk, Haley Souza. Hi, Miss Souza, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing better now that we can hire somebody for a planning board.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you having me today. I'm actually born and raised in Acushnet,
Excellent,
so I'm honored to work for Town of Acushnet now.
excellent. That's what we like here in the town of Acushnet. Homegrown.
Yep.
So I know you went through the interview process, I believe, with Mr. Francois, the chairman of the planning board, and Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly, you have anything?
She has great experience. She was principal clerk in the assessor's office in the town of Dartmouth, and she has customer service experience. And myself and Paul and Mark Francois all heartily recommend her. And we hope that that will take care of the first step in putting the planning board back together, the planning board staff back together.
You do understand that this is part-time, 19 and a half hours a week?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wona?
No, welcome aboard. Thank you.
Thank you.
I move to appoint Haley Souza to the position of part-time planning board senior clerk, subject to final negotiations within a negotiated salary range.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Mr. Kelly, you've given us some documents for town meeting warrant. Just got them here in front of me now.
Yeah, there's a memorandum that describes the town meeting timeline. The draft warrant in front of you is the typical articles, housekeeping articles. Anything you see in red has yet to be determined. And there are proposed articles that we're waiting on from CPC and from the board on some capital articles you already know about from the fire department. As you can see, there is no operating budget in it because we're still going through that to determine it, but I wanted to get this in front of you so you at least see as we progress, remembering that it's a June 3rd town meeting.
Want any questions?
No,
on the warrant
it's-
as of right now?
it's a process.
So, just a draft. You know, obviously, we got FinCom going through the budgets with town administrator, and the Board of Selectmen will have to do what they need to do with the budgets as well, but it's an interesting process this year for sure.
And that's why I wanted to get out in front with a lot of these articles, so the housekeeping articles especially, so we know, because we're going to be concentrating on the budget probably multiple times.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And
I asked that old business be passed over and be put on the March 26th agenda.
okay. And the stormwater bylaw, we got a copy of it from the town's engineering firm. It's pretty much the same as
And
the old version, I believe. I haven't gone through it yet. Is this supposed to be a red line version here, or? No? No?
that's from the engineer.
This one?
Yep.
Oh,
I sent it also to Chair of the Planning Board, Chair of the Conservation Commission, and Chair of the Board of Health, telling them that this was the draft from the engineer, it's not the official draft, and we will then work on it. And any suggestions or communication from them would be welcomed by the board.
yeah, we're just gonna move that process, so you forward copies over to them for any kind of comments, and, I mean, the town's engineering firm did it, we'll have to look at it. Any
Yeah.
comments, questions, or concerns, get it back to us before our next meeting, because this needs to be posted, planning needs to do a public hearing,
Correct.
blah, 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 so.
Planning's,
It's a vetting process, and I spoke on this before, I'd like to give at least nothing less than 30 days prior to town meeting for it to be posted on the town's website, so everybody in the general public can review it, understand it, and not criticize us for slam dunking something. But this has been vetted numerous times, it
Yep.
seems.
Yeah, it's just like,
So, and we need to do it to be in compliance with our MS4, so.
and you've got it in plenty of time that we can go through it.
There's not much there to go through.
No.
Alright. And the MS4, the GIS report, Selectman Wona, the tech guy from Conoco couldn't make the meeting, that's why it's being pushed off until another meeting. Dan's still not here.
The only thing I
We
can...
thought we were doing other things with executive session that may have taken 10 or 15 minutes to vet, so.
One other item just under town administrator report. Because of the issue with the phones at the police station, we have decided we're going to make their phones part of the town's system, not an independent system. And we are going forward with purchasing the phones. It'll be approximately $4,000. And we will then all be one system. And we will have all of our warranties that are the town warranties.
Is that gonna plug into the new fiber optic line? So here comes Dan, so we actually would save a little bit of money on utility bill, right?
Yep, and it's going to, so they won't have to, in effect, dial out to dial in. It will be one system.
So we're getting rid of an old antiquated system, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else on the town administrator's report, Mr. Kelly?
No, most of it is just, I've been working on the draft warrant to make sure we're way out in front of this year because of the other issues with the actual budget.
Right. All right. Welcome, Mr. Menard. We're a little bit ahead of schedule because we're not doing a few things that have been on the agenda. So we can jump right into DPW, would you? You'd like? The first thing on our agenda is, we've had a quick conversation last time, but you know you were out doing some repairs and paving work out at Keene Road, trying to fix that problem out there. But we talked a little bit about Tudor Lane, and we had a room full of residents, the few that are at Acushnet, and then the rest that were Fairhaven residents, all requesting to have their road repaired with good understanding. I know that you've had some conversation in the town of Fairhaven with the DPW director.
That's correct.
On helping out with that cost, you know, they're like 2/3 of that road, so we had that tossing back and forth, but now that you're here, I'll just let you run with that Tudor Lane conversation.
Yeah, we actually get a lot of complaints over there, so it's mostly, even, I think the Fairhaven residents call us as well on that one. But I did go over there and speak with both the DPW director and the highway superintendent over there. They were both in favor of it, and again, I had wanted to talk with you guys first before I really committed to anything, and so, but they kind of were on board, and they looked at it as well, and, you know, said that that road definitely is in dire need of repair. And when we left, the materials, as far as the asphalt, was they are gonna pay for the whole thing, but we were gonna do the work. I don't know if I gave you them, I think I did on the last time, so kind of how I put it is like, we put our labor in if I need any process, and I think I put police details in on that one as well.
Yep.
So like that would cover our cost of the job. I know I put 65, 35, I believe, on that. I believe it's actually even less, because when we get down to where the road turns into a Acushnet part, I think a portion of, without getting surveyed, a portion of that road is still Fairhaven. So I don't think even, like that 35% I put is where the Acushnet starts to the end.
Yeah, it's
But
kind of
even down there, the way the line goes over there, I think it's actually more Fairhaven than Acushnet even.
Right.
You know, the right side still might be a Fairhaven side of the road, and the left side is Acushnet. You know,
Which
as you
makes
go
it
down
kind of foolish, right? You can't pave half a road.
Correct.
So, you know, I think that obviously the board can't approve, we could approve preliminary right now for you to go ahead and do it, but we would want to have something in writing, I think, with the town of Fairhaven agreeing to the amount to do the road. We also gotta make sure through Mr. Kelly that there's a communication, I think maybe for insurance reasons if we're on, because we would be on some of Fairhaven's property, right? How we do
As
that.
far as workers' comp and insurance.
Yeah, we do, so we do a bunch of different things. I mean, Dan and you and I started something years ago. That brings me back to the big net on Pope Park, where houses were getting hit by baseballs, right? And I think it was Wareham came in with their boom and helped us out with that, and Wareham comes in now and helps us out with trucking for paving and things of the like, right? So it's kind of that regionalization aspect of sharing some services. So I don't have a problem with doing it with Fairhaven, if Fairhaven's willing to do it with us. I just think that we need to cover our butts if, you know, when we're over there on Fairhaven property, and Mr. Kelly can help us sort through that relatively quickly. So if you want to get back together with them and say you came in front of the Board of Selectmen in Acushnet and they're okay, as long as Mr.
Yeah,
Malona's
yeah.
okay with it, to serve our residents, to help them out. It doesn't make any sense. We can't be on half the road and we're leaving the other half. That's just foolishness, right?
Yeah.
So we can get it done, if they're willing to kick in that share of the funds. I think it's a great deal for the town of Acushnet as well as for Haven.
Okay.
So if you can just get back to them and get some commitment in writing, commit to that allocation of funds, and then it can just come back to the board quick for a quick approval, once we get everything we need from Fairhaven.
Okay. Now, you don't think we'd have to get insurance or to like as far as?
I just think,
I think we have to give the insurance companies notice.
Okay. I mean, we've been doing it actually, but we haven't had nothing with Wareham as far as us, trading working here, but Fairhaven actually did mention that though, if they.
When Wareham comes here, it's their problem to talk to their insurance.
but we
company.
go,
okay.
but we,
We've
it's
done
reciprocal,
something
right?
as well,
We
yeah.
go, that's right, it's reciprocal. We go, they do certain things for us, there's no charges, and then we just keep track of labor hours or whatever it is that they're giving us, and then we go back and return that favor, and it's kind of a wash, right?
Yeah.
So, been working out pretty well for us, we've done it numerous times.
Yeah.
I just remember the
Well,
big
they've done a
net.
ton of stuff. They took actually the tree down, we had that big willow tree on the drainage, when we had a problem right over here on South Main, and the drainage is in the guy's backyard.
I
And it was
know.
a huge willow tree, and actually they came down with a boom truck, took it down for us, and so that was helpful as well.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
it definitely helps that we don't have, something that we don't have.
We don't have a
you know,
boom truck, they have one, we do it, right? We
Yeah.
have a paving machine, they don't, we go over and help them out with little jobs at their parking lots or whatever it is, so
Yeah.
it's.
But I know, I'll definitely check in with the Haven, that's why I just wanted to make sure the board was okay with me doing this, and,
Yep.
and if everything's okay, I'll get back to the board.
So,
That's a separate board. They have
Haven?
a board of public works.
Correct, yep,
So we have to have them on board too.
okay.
yeah, he talked to the director though, and that,
Yeah,
he'll
I talked to both,
communicate.
like the highway guy and the director.
Yeah.
And again, they were both kind of on board, so, but I just wanted to check with us before we did anything, and.
So he might-
Again, that's because we've got.
So
a ton of
the two directors, right,
Yep,
that you speak to,
Yep.
once you get back to them and say, okay, everything's good from the town of Acushnet side, maybe they need,
Let
which
they
I
get
think Ms.
approval
Kelly's
from the
alluding
board.
to is, they may need to go in front of their board, because they do have a board of public works still in
Yep.
Fairhaven. They might need to get the approval done. If they say they don't, then tell the board of tell them that the Board of Public Works would need to write up a letter approving the expenditures of those funds to do Tudor Lane.
okay.
Jamie, it's gotta come from the correct authority, right? It can't
Yeah,
just.
no, I'll get it from,
So,
I'll make sure they get it.
We gotta
from the
make
board.
sure that, we don't go out there and do the work,
Yeah.
and then they say, oh, no,
Yeah, I ain't paying you.
that
Yeah,
wasn't,
no, I
that
agree.
wasn't signed by us, so we're not
Yeah.
giving you the money, right?
Yeah, no, I'll make sure it gets done.
So we can figure all of that out, and it ties into the other roads that you had given us last time. It's, before we, again, same thing goes for approval. Bernard Street is in that same area as Tootle. I think the reason why you did it is Bernard Street's falling apart, and New York Ave is also falling apart,
And they're right in the same area.
and they're right in the same vicinity. So if we were to do Tootle, when we bring in the reclamation company to reclaim Tootle, it would be a cost savings for us to have them do Bernard in New York while they're in that area, right?
Correct.
So there's some cost savings there, and then I would assume that the same thing would apply for you,
Yep.
to be out there with the equipment and not moving it here and there and back and forth 5 times. You just bring everything there once and just bang it all out. Is that your thought?
No, yeah, correct. I don't know if you guys got I gave you kind of one for binder and top.
Yep.
And then binder. So I don't know, like, I don't have enough funding to do both, binder and top on both streets. I mean, so I don't know if this is something we could do, something maybe in binder and then top coat in next fiscal, or out of chapter 90
Well,
funds.
so we
later
don't
on.
know, with your schedule,
Yeah.
you got a lot of things going on, right? That's why I
Yeah.
said, it's not like time is, we don't need to worry about right now as so much as stress out about time. You got some projects you're doing at Pole Park, tying in that, the fence back in, planting grass from the storm drain that you repaired out there last year at the end of the season, to fix the flooding on a road. You got some work out at golf to do, things of the like. You've been doing the big septic problem over at the library. I was out there with you the last couple of days. Thank you and your staff for taking care of that for the library. I don't know if you know, but the library's been spending $700-800 every couple of weeks pumping, snaking, and
Yeah. The pipe, yeah.
well, you know, whatever, the plumber comes in and snakes the pipes, and it's happening on a regular occurrence. So Dan's gone out there, he's cut the asphalt in both locations for both bathrooms and got rid of the 4-inch clay pipe, or 3-inch clay pipe, whatever size that was, and he put in, what is that, 6-inch, 8-inch?
Yeah.
6-inch
6-inch, yeah.
PVC pipe, so you shouldn't have that problem anymore, hopefully. So great work out there. I know that we have some patching to do over there as well, but
Yeah.
as far as the binder stuff goes, Dan, you know, I know you got some money left over inside. It mentions some funds over here, like 78. I know that's not a true number because of the Keene Road
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
taking
that's
away a
right,
little
yeah.
bit more of that money.
Yep.
So we could definitely do the binder, right, on New York and Bernard. When you do binder, you want that to sit for a few months anyway, right?
Yeah, it does.
Just binder so
Yeah.
it settles out and,
Yeah.
you know, trucks and cars do their thing. You don't want to be binder and then, you know, next day putting top coat, right? So it'll sit as binder for a month or two or whatever we decide. So by that time, we'll be in the new fiscal year,
Correct.
right? And we always have Chapter 90 money too.
Yeah, I know this ain't on this, but we also gotta think about, them streets were also done, was, Earl and.
So I have that for a conversation with you, big guy. I'm gonna get to that next, because I brought that sheet of paper from a previous meeting, when Selectmen Wona was chairman, because we're trying to catch up on all of this stuff, right? So that was just what we had last week, the Bernard, New York.
Yep.
So, you know, it's fine to get that if we're gonna get the agreement from Fairhaven. So let's cross one bridge at a time.
Yep.
Let's get with Fairhaven, get approval from Fairhaven, get a commitment in writing, right?
Yep.
Mr. Kelly, you can make sure that all of this stuff, insurance and all that stuff, once we get all, that'll be your job, go speak with Fairhaven and everything, get all that
Yep.
approval.
Yep.
If you get it, you can give it to Mr. Kelly, and then we'll move from there. And then we can just do the Bernard, New York if that gets approval, right? If not, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with Bernard and New York later on down the road, right?
Okay.
So that'll be the plan for that area of town.
Yep.
We got, number 2 is just kind of an overall paving review. We do have so we'll just jump right into the ones you mentioned, chasing Eversource around. We do have, and when Mr. Wona was chairman, Helen Street, Joseph Street, and Earl Street. That's gonna come from some of that funds. We got an allocation from you to do it, but we wait for an allocation from Eversource, right?
Correct, yeah. I don't
So
think
we
I
need-
took that one yet.
No, we
No,
haven't.
okay, yeah.
So what we need from you is to send communication to Eversource, you know, the guy who, you know, from the or whatever department they call themselves there, you know, the one that we get the funds from.
Anthony? He's usually-
Now, I don't know if it's Anthony, there's somebody else that you send the communication, what's it called, it's like a paving crew with a co-op thing, the guy, oh man, I forgot the name of that department. Anthony mentioned it, because I always
Yeah.
deal with Anthony, poor guy, and,
No,
you know, I'd rather not be bugging Anthony for everything, there's a department that Kathy sends a communication over
Yeah.
to, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I know Anthony's
No, I
on,
can
he's,
check into that one, but.
yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. There's all kinds of different email connections here, right? So Kathy Silver from DPW, Dan, she knows who she's dealing with over there for funding. So I would ask you to put in a request to Eversource pertaining to Helen Street, Joseph Street, Earl Street, asking for an allocation of funds for the co-op.
Yep.
And I would also, in the same email, ask them for assessments on Nye Lane, Randall, Kendrick. Because those are all previously done by Feeney and Riley. I think mostly Feeney. But Helen, Joseph, and Earl are all set and ready to go. That's sat long enough. I think Nye Lane
Yes.
actually has 2. We could probably do that later in the, you know,
Correct.
August, September.
Yep.
Figure out what we're doing with Nye Lane, Randall, Kendrick. I got Hartley to talk about on this one over here. So that's that. You got Helen, Joseph, Earl, Randall, Kendrick. Nice, right? To send a communication over for an allocation of funds from whoever it is from Eversource. We've gotten numbers from Eversource on North Anthony, Badano, Corey, Middle Road, Hartley, which is part of that NICE thing, and Henrietta.
Correct.
So with that, I'm going to entertain a motion to accept the funds from Eversource as a reimbursement for town expenses relating to the openings and resurfacing of various town streets and roads, subject to final determination by the Board of Selectmen. As I said, to accept North Anthony, the amounts for North Anthony, Badano, Corey, Middle Road, Hartley, and Henrietta, so that we can receive those funds. That needs to be done by this board. We have to make a motion to accept, so I entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll
So you made the motion, I'll second it.
second. All those in favor? So we can send that communication, with Kathy can do that too, saying the Board of Selectmen have voted to accept those funds that were submitted. And then we need those other roads, right? The ones I previously mentioned. Dan, I can do the, I can call Kath tomorrow and tell her,
No,
she can watch the meeting, whatever. But,
Okay.
you know what I mean? They need to be
Don't
a little bit
also
more
get to the account,
proactive. Like,
correct.
they're waiting for us to send something to them, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they know they've been there, they know we're doing the co-op with them.
Yeah,
Figure out, they should just be constantly figuring this stuff out and saying, here's an allocation, do you accept these allocations for these roads? You know, we have to beg, steal, and pray for these other roads to get all of them back on.
so, yeah, hopefully, by the next time, maybe I can talk to Behaven, and hopefully this other money, we can kinda settle that out as well through, Eversource, you know what I mean? So
How do
when I
they
come back-
pay us? Is it electronic transfer, or how do they do it?
I'm not sure. I know Kath's on the computer. She deals with, like I said, them guys, and they send I think a check. I thought they sent us a check last
They
time.
usually, what they usually will do is we'll send over and we'll accept these amounts that we have in front of us.
Yep.
And then what they'll do is they'll send, I believe, a check, and they outline what roads and for the allocations are.
Yep.
So that when they cash, then we have to send them back a letter saying we accept this money in all liability, blah, 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 blah,
Correct.
blah.
That
So
takes
it gets
them
them
off
off
of
I
the
guess what I'm
hook.
saying is, I wanna make sure, yes, they're telling us on paper they're gonna give us this,
Yep.
but are we gonna be allowing them to do other work? I just wanna make sure we get the money
Okay.
before we let them
Oh,
start
yeah,
doing
yeah, I
other
agree, yeah.
stuff, right?
So
So
we're
it's
wait-
great for them to say, yeah,
So
we're
we
gonna
should
do
probably
it.
wait for it, but
But-
I get the other one too as well.
We have,
Yeah, no,
the
no, I
only,
agree.
the only permit we have right now that they're waiting for is Wing,
Okay.
right? And I think that curve is Noya. Is that
Wing?
curve
Yeah,
Noya?
Wing and Noy, correct.
So that, they have some gas main thing going on over there.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing a meeting. We'll have you and I think the chief of police to do a traffic, to understand what we're doing with the roads, no closures, all that stuff like they did to Nice Lane. They can't do that here. The
Yep.
people will be losing their marbles. There's no way you can close Wing, man. I mean, Nice Lane is an extremely busy road,
Yep.
and that led to mayhem in the other neighborhood up the Birch Street detour. That was just total mayhem.
Totally agree with you.
So,
And I'm
closing
agreeing.
roads is not a good idea. Not big road, not major roads like that, right? It's a major artery. Wing's a major artery. We can't do that to those people. What's the detour? You're gonna go all the way down Main, go to Peckham, go to Mendel? Come on.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that's just,
And
that's,
I'm agreeing with Mr. Warner. I think we should wait for the funds, get all the funds, even for Earl, Helen, Joseph, get everything. This is already open, this is settled, this stuff should be, the money should be ours now, before we even let them go Wing. That's my opinion. I mean, that's the board's opinion.
I'm fine. If that's what it takes for them to
Yeah.
expedite the funds into the account so we can get going.
Sometimes they
I mean, the roads are
I'm agreeing.
horrible,
Yep.
horrible.
Yeah, let's get the funding and,
So we'll figure it out from there, but let's, let Kathy know that the funds have been accepted by the Board of Selectmen for these
Yep.
streets here. She's got this list, because I got it from her.
okay.
So she's good to go on that, and then ask the request for the allocations for those other roads.
Okay.
And then we'll be all set as far as that goes. So we did that, and then we have, water and sewer rates,
Yeah, I think, I didn't actually get to review them. I know we've got the rates came in, and I remember her saying something, there was definitely an 8% in water. I'm not positive on the sewer, but I believe she covered that in the budget anyway, so I think the numbers we gave you for our budgets were good for this year. I actually put an 8 or something, maybe it's.
Yeah, the
so it should be-
sewer's like 4%, but they're tied to us, right, from that old grant in the 1970s, right?
Correct.
So
Yep.
we can just confirm their rate in the city, make sure our rate's the same.
Yep,
They can't screw with that.
yep,
The bigger problem that I have after, and I'm in some discussions with certain individuals that I won't name on camera, but I don't know how legal it is for them to charge us 2 different fees on water. So they charge us a CPI, which was always in our intermunicipal agreement, as they allude to,
yep.
but they're also charging us a commodity index fee, right? Rate increase?
Yep.
And I don't know how legal that is. So, you know,
Okay.
we've been sucking that up.
Yep.
It just seems exorbitant, and I don't know if you can double fee.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll have that answer shortly
Okay.
to discuss this with the city of New Bedford. You know,
Okay.
I mean, they're just
Yeah.
cranking us. You look at what we paid, you know, you and Kath always do that chart. You look at what we
Oh,
were
yeah.
paying
And what
even
would-
7 years
I
ago.
was gonna say, compared to
Versus
like
now.
here is a huge difference, correct, yeah. But, and the cost of everything's increased, you know, crazy too as well, so, I mean, I don't know if it's.
The water's probably flowing through that
Yeah.
same pipe that's been
Yeah.
there for 100 years.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
right? They don't really pay much for that rain now, do they?
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. They got us by the cooties, but, well, you know, we gotta have some, I think it's time for us to have some dialogue with the city and seeing if they can do anything to help us out with this. I mean, you can't just go crazy cranking rates and crushing our people,
Yeah.
you know? So we'll do a little digging in onto that as well. I know that I spoke with Kathy, she said that the budgets are all set reflecting these, so
These numbers, yeah, yep.
it really just, the budget can be, it's more about what the rate is, right?
Correct.
That's what, so just because we say the budget doesn't mean the rate,
Correct.
so we'll figure that out in the summertime and see what we need to do moving forward to make sure we have enough to cover it.
Yep.
You know, after you get some more time to look at it, but
Yep.
we'll have that conversation if something comes up that says, hey, we got problems. Obviously, you'll have to come to the board for rate
Yep.
adjustments, but at this point, we're comfortable with the budget. Well,
All right.
Kath is,
Yeah, yeah.
you
I
know,
agree, yep.
so she's got a good handle on the budget stuff when it comes to all of this stuff. I know we've done things in the past, looking at the last 3 years, we do averages on water consumption and then sewer consumption, and that's how we set budgets, so we'll figure it out. Hopefully, we'll be good to go with the rate as well, but that'll be a down the road thing as well. So the only thing, Dan, was make sure you get those communications, Kathy gets that out to Eversource, right? Get together with, and I know you're busy,
Board meeting.
you know, maybe you wait for, which nowadays rainy days are every day, but
Yeah.
sometimes you're stuck out in the field doing things because you just can't wait for sunny days, but maybe on a rainy day, you put in a call to Fayehaven and see
Oh, yeah.
if they can either come here and shoot the breeze, or you go there and shoot the breeze. Like we share
Yeah, maybe
borders.
maybe that will be something we could set up, yeah, a joint meeting with them, you know what I mean, if they want, maybe a couple of their board members or something, just to make sure
Yeah,
everybody's.
whatever they wanna do.
On the same page.
If they feel comfortable meeting with Mr. Kelly and myself, I'm more than happy to be in the room for that discussion. If not,
Yep.
just do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Mr. Warner, anything else you wanna have
do not.
discussions? I mean, we've wrapped it all up. Let's just get all those communications out, because I know Anthony's anxious for this permit for Wing Road, so we're gonna find out just how anxious people really are.
Yeah,
So if
Yeah.
Kathy can get that communication out tomorrow,
oh yeah, definitely.
because we did tell them that we would give them, I think we said something about April 1st.
Okay, I'll definitely get that all straightened out, and make sure, like I said, I wanna get all of it, even including not just the one they already agreed to, pretty much the money out, but I'll definitely get Earl and Joseph and all them on there as well.
Yep.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
very good. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
I don't think we have anything else. Mr. Kelly, we've already gone through your town administrator's report. Anything else on the town administrator's report before?
No, sir.
You good?
Yep.
Selectmen's announcements, Mr. Wallner, you got anything?
Nothing.
The only thing I'll say is, happy St. Patty's Day. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
And there's a joint meeting at 6 o'clock.
Yep. Oh, brother. I gotta hang around for an hour. All right, we are now adjourned.